Hunter x Hunter is back on that beast shit. The octopus character development is done, and we are on that great shit that Hunter x Hunter delivers. Hell motherfucking yeah. So once again, a lot of strategic things going on within this episode. Morel done fucked up because he let Pouf, pretty much the main part of Pouf, escaped from the cocoon, and now he's whole. And it was very interesting as far as the pacing goes with this episode, because one of the things I gotta mention is that this episode went by very quick. I went back after watching the episode, and this shit went through like, I don't know, like 4 or 5 different chapters. It was a lot of content they put in there, but the pacing, while it was fast, it was good shit. It went through a lot of different things. So we find out pretty much Pouf's ability is called Beelzebub, and he can split himself into these little mini things. And I couldn't help but think of Baby Beel from Beelzebub. It like kind of looked like some fabulous super milk time within the little flies, everything. I just saw like so many different shonen references. It kind of reminded me of like when Majin Buu split up into the tiny little boos, and then you got Beelzebub. It was just like a variety of different things going on in there. I felt like a lot of inspirations in there, and we all know that Togashi is a pretty big fan of DBZ from what we've seen thus far with the inspirations, so he probably did get the idea from somewhere there. Maybe it's just some inspirations. Overall, it was some fucking crazy shit though, and it was very interesting that you see the power of it, but then you also see the risk of it as well, and I like that. I don't like that this is just the indestructible thing, because had Morel not fuck up on that part and just went straight with his original goal, he would have been able to take out Pouf. He would have been able to get him, because all he had to do was pretty much get the main one and squash him, and the other ones would have been very weak because the clone isn't as good. And also, I guess, in a weird way, when Morel created all the Knuckle clones, it kind of reminded me of some, like, smoke Kagebushi no Jutsu type of shit as well. So it was just like, Togashi was like, yo, there's just a million things, shonen tropes or whatever, I'm just gonna throw it all in there and make it epic as fuck how Hunter x Hunter does it, and I was about that shit. That shit was great. Overall, just the way everything was set up with the battles and stuff, it was just set up real strategic and nice, and that's the best thing that Hunter does when it's doing a serious battle. And I'm not talking about that Ikago and bravado stuff, I'm talking about this real serious stuff, the real battles that we've been all dying to see. It does it in a great and marvelous way. I'm glad we took a little bit of a sidestep real quick to go see what the hell was up with Beelzebub, because that does play somewhat of a part into everything else on the side. And you got Wolf in there as well. It's kind of like, Wolfen, just stop. Just stop. You're fucking scared of everything. You're questioning. You're second guessing yourself. Just please, bro. You're supposed to be a wolf, but like, you more pussy than a big bad wolf right now, bro. Like, you can't even knock down the 3 little pigs' houses. What the fuck's up with you, bro? And they threw in the politics in there, which I also thought was a nice little touch as well, because Beelzebub is kind of like thinking rationally, okay, if I end up surviving this and the humans get to me, they're going to do all sorts of politically fucked up shit. They're going to blame it all on me or execute me and put me in prison for life. So right now, it kind of went from trying to survive this whole shit and kind of come out alive to fuck. While initially the ants were his greatest threats, and his ants were pretty much the things that he was kind of scared of, I gotta fucking stick with the ants, or I just gotta escape in general, because these people, now my own race is gonna come and get me and kill me. So it's kind of like, do I stay with the ants that'll potentially kill me, or do I go to the humans that are most likely going to kill me and throw me away for good in prison? And Togashi must be like some heavy weed smoker or some shit, because that deep purple, like the smoke, everything else is like, yo, Morel, really, bro? Really? A little bit shocked, I guess you could say, that Morel is pretty much somewhat not that formidable without the staff from what we've seen thus far, because pretty much with Pouf getting rid of it, it seems as though he, for the most part, isn't all that opposed to when he has the staff. So I was very shocked by that. Hopefully we find out a little bit more of maybe some formidable stuff he could do, because we've seen the deep purple, but aside from that, I'm curious, without the staff, is he completely rendered useless, or, you know, what's up with that? So that definitely got me a little bit curious. But the plan that he set up with Knuckle, and when the real Knuckle, it was like so many fucking clones of everything, all sorts of shit, like clones of this, clones of that, clones of a cereal box. But when the real Knuckle stood up, will the real Knuckle please stand up? And he came in swinging, bada bing! I was just like, that was so perfectly done. The way, because pretty much like I said before, you know, I've said in previous reviews, Madhouse likes to switch things around. They like to put certain content that was supposed to happen later, earlier, and they definitely did a lot of that with this one. The stuff with Beelzebub, that was supposed to be on a different one, and they kind of like wanted to mesh things together, so they did it in that way. But the way they fucking choreographed that he comes in and the music hits exactly when he punches him, and that led to him pretty much blowing up. I was just thinking to myself, that was so perfectly done. Madhouse did a beautiful job with it. I mean, you're sitting there waiting, thinking just what the fuck is Morel gonna do? Pretty much he's running out of time, and even Morel went to the last second, lying to him, basically saying, oh, you realize the real one was never here to begin with. And then he comes through. It's like, shonen main characters, well, he's obviously not the main character, but shonen main characters rarely do stuff like that, play dirty, and he played dirty, and it came out perfectly. And I'm just thinking to myself, how much interest is the little fuck going to take from this big explosion again? It's like, how much more can we go? The beginning of this episode definitely set up for what was to come at the end of the episode, so it kind of like played off the start and then the end with pretty much Nob rescuing Shoot, and it made sense because if you look at last week's episode, Youpi, all of a sudden the black thing that was covering him is gone, and you would initially think, and that's when Knuckle was raging, that yeah, Shoot is gone, he's done, but it kind of made sense because Nob rescued him and he's kind of like unconscious, so naturally the Nen ability would disappear. If I had to say a problem with this episode, it was definitely the random recaps that we got. Like out of nowhere, the narrator comes in, and at this point it's clear as day that for the most part, when the narrator does come in, it feels as though he does things that are not necessary. Like, the episode was fucking smooth as a motherfucker, going great. And then the narrator comes in and gives us a recap of everything we just saw. And I'm like, get the fuck out of here, bro. And then we got like another little mini recap from the Beelzebub, you know, the clone of Pouf. And I was just like, yo, 2 recaps? Stop, please. We just, like, we're not on that Naruto shit right now. It's that Hunter x Hunter, baby. Definitely got me curious, Poof's face, when he sees Gon and Neferpitou in the ending of the episode, because already one of his clones had seen them, and right now he's just kind of curious, and I don't know if he's gonna go into a rage, like, Neferpitou, are you betraying us? I'm gonna stop you before you get Neferpitou. Like, it really makes you wonder, what type of facial expression does he have right there? What is he thinking? What is in his mind right now when he sees this going on, and what is he gonna do? What type of action he's gonna take? Overall, that ending was just fabulous, and I can honestly say that really the only problem with this episode was those 2 random recaps that we got, because aside from that, pacing was on fire fast, but it worked very well. We got a lot of things going on, very smart episode, a lot of great setups and a bit of progression. Just overall, this episode, the best one we had in roughly a month. Like the last episode that got me like this, and I felt like just everything was like cross the T's, dotted the I's, and put a little fucking star around them, was probably the Gon yelling stuff. Like that was roughly, what, 116? So this is the best episode in roughly close to a month. So definitely good shit there. Overall, I'm going to give this episode 8.5 out of 10. The recaps weren't necessary, but everything about it was just like Tagashi's writing mixed with Madhouse's choreography. It's a match made in heaven. This shit is just Hunter x Hunter's motherfucking kicking ass again, baby. Let me know what you guys think. First of all, Pouf, what the fuck do you think is going through his mind right now? Is he going to attack Gon? Is he going to brand Neferpitou as a traitor? What is his mind state right now? Because he's just like, he looks like he's angry, but at the same time, you can't really be for sure with, you know, what he's going to do. And also, Morel, without his staff, is he completely, like, not able to do anything without it? Like, is he just a normal type of fighter? What do you think as far as Morel's power without his big bong? And just your overall thoughts of the episode. Is this your favorite in like a month, or did you really love the Icalgo shit? The Icalgo shit, it was alright for a bit towards the end, especially when it was getting towards, you know, finishing it off. But for the most part, I feel as though this is definitely one of the best episodes we have in a while, because it was shit that we actually, for the most part, really care about with the main characters. So that's all happened in this review. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Thumbs up for that Knuckle punch. That shit was just like, yo, I wasn't a big fan of Knuckle coming into this arc, but as the arc progressed, he slowly got better and better, and at this point, I'm just like, Knuckle, you kick ass, bro. You go. For ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.